Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. With no agenda, here I am, and there are cards already on the table with a bit of an interesting message. Did anybody catch that wave of energy that came through at the weekend? It feels some kind of way, and let's see, it might come out in this reading. So, first card out. Oh, apparently I'm not allowed to do that because breasts are disgusting. Me? Challenging? Surely not. So we have intuition. Coming in on that beautiful 13. Yeah. I'm going to bring a word in that I've been playing with all weekend, and the word is entropy. And entropy is kind of like this. It's kind of like, it's kind of like that dark feminine chaos and intuition kind of all mushed up together. Um, and that's coming out with self-confidence. I'll show you all the cards to start with, because I think then you'll start to see where it might land with you. So we have intuition, self-confidence, entropy weaving its way through labor of love. So we have 2 8s. That's giving me 16. That's giving me tower energy. Some of the messages coming through for me to share are making me uncomfortable. I'm just noticing that. Okay, so those 2 8s are giving me a 16, which is the tower energy. And there's a question about devotion and commitment to the labor of love that is you, to the confidence to maybe start making bigger decisions based on nothing but intuition. And to have the determination to lead yourself. And maybe to leave others standing in your wake. Underlying story versus indulgence, looking the other way while basking on a large gatto. Not looking at something that might be coming up. Okay. So I think over the weekend we had a kind of Lilith Chiron thing going on, which was bringing through a jaggedy, crunchy energy that felt dystopian. I was out at the weekend, and when I was tapping into that collective something, it felt dystopian, almost, yeah, let's leave it at dystopian. Okay. And this seems to be the bridge. So we have 2 8s and 2 12s. 12 speaks to personal authority and self-governance. This might be what's coming out. And what's your inner narrative about doing shadow work? What's your inner narrative about looking towards rather than away from? What are you getting fat on? Okay. So I'm going to go to, I haven't used these for ages. This is the Lantern Oracle. It's a lovely shadow deck that I've had for ages. And just to reiterate, let there be no judgment here. There's no judgment in these choices that are presenting themselves, only choices. And I guess the action is to know the consequence, anticipate the consequence before making the choice. So know what you're getting into. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to complicate that. Without getting attached to an outcome, I'm sorry. Let's see if that clarifies itself. Okay, let's clarify these messages, please, fairly quickly. I think this is additional. Yeah, here it is. Beautiful. And we have Metamorphosis. That's beautiful. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. And I can see it now. So this part of the body is actually naked. And what I was seeing was actually, this is the universe coming straight through. But I don't know if you can see it. It's actually that person's belly. And what that's telling me is as we stand in the nakedness of not knowing, thank you. I'm just being reminded of a vision I had this morning of how we are limited by what we know. And my teacher said, think of it as trying to tidy up the desk of a genius. Okay, so entropy is the opposite to order. It is chaos, disintegration, sometimes destruction. A genius thinks on a completely different level of random and chaos. A genius is synthesizing and fusing together the coalescent field in ways some of us can't even conceive of. So think of it as trying to tidy up. So what will happen is we will approach that desk with our sense of order and try and impose our sense of order on something that to a higher level of intelligence will make sense. Why did that come in? Carry on. Okay. And this metamorphosis is speaking to how naked can you stand in the face of the field? So it's about can you let go of expectations? Again, we're coming round. So this is it's coming into sharp focus. It's coming into sharp focus, and it's like, yeah, I know we talked about letting go of expectations, and now we're going down a level. You've still got expectations that might be getting in the way. Okay, expectations. I know what order looks like. Are you sure? And what does that say to your sense of disorder? What does that say to your relationship with discombobulation? Because what I've noticed in England, since the day Pluto moved into Aquarius, is looking very much like entropy. It's been chaos, storm after storm after storm, ice storm, internet outage. One of the storms took my greenhouse. Um, another internet outage, and just bits, just things breaking as we're stepping into this dissolving energy. And it might not be pretty. What's my expectation with that? That it'll look pretty? Maybe. Okay, so metamorphosis. When we allow it to flow through us, we're bringing in that priestess energy. Okay, we're bringing in the unknowing knowingness. Unknowing because it's beyond the programmed mind, it's just flow. And we're standing naked in that. And when we do that without expectations, whatever it looks like can pass through us without getting blocked by, that's not pretty, I don't want that. Yeah, yeah, we did, didn't we? We did a whole piece this morning about toxic positivity, and it's not, what did I, is not a charged particle. It's not a charged particle, both positive and negative. And what does positive and negative really mean? And the word fair came in. And what does fair mean to you? Because that's all getting kicked up with this Lilith Chiron thing. What's fair? That, yeah, thank you. And it might be, I've been doing shadow work for so long. Why is this coming up? Layers, 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 layers until you get hot the whole system. And then you can reharness that energy and work with it in a different way. We have fire on the table. Okay, so metamorphosis happens without you getting in the way, I think is what that says. Metamorphosis happens without you getting in the way. Moving forward to rebirth that sun, that active fire, in a way that perhaps you can't even conceive of. Like it might be a level of creativity you can't yet conceive of. So we're going beyond. What does beyond look like in your world? What does beyond look like in your world? The first step is taken within our stillness. Yeah. Okay, here's the conflict. And that thing I did in love was a lie. That's what's coming through. And that thing I did in love was a lie. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. Now, this isn't new. We've been talking about this for a long time now. About where you say you're loved in any relationship on any level, in the face of the evidence. Is there evidence there of you being loved? And the other fork in the road might be, what's your relationship with receiving love? Because it might be love. Can you let it in? Can you let it change you? This is the vulnerability being the power, the energy, the nucleus of a relationship. 1 + 1 = 3. You know, you have two separate people, two separate entities, and what they birth together makes the new blueprint. That's the third. The outcome is the third. What gets birthed, that new helix, is 3. You're building a living organism. Yeah, so there's some trickstery energy. There is some trickstery energy. How am I doing? I want to go. I really do. I want to go to Light Seer's Tarot because I love this deck. Can we explore the trickster? Let's explore. really strong message to pause. Pause in the trickster. Pause in the trickster energy. Let it come through and let yourself see what you might not be able to see. Let it come through and let yourself see what you might not want to see. Thank you. Pause. Pause in the trickster. With. Pause with the trickster. Entropy. Isn't right. Okay. So light seers. One facing down, one facing up, and the one that's facing up is inverted. Oh, thank you. That's the pause. Knight of Swords can be a bit impetuous, a bit too fast, just running without thinking. And sometimes, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Pause. This might be, consider that higher mind. This might be pause before you blurt. Because in that quick blurt is actually the projection and the non-ownership of I'm going to just let this. Because most processing is done if we just get the head out of the way, get the human morality, right, wrong, duality out of the way, go to the breath, go to yourself as an organic being and be in the thing that might feel like crap. Just let it move, let it move, let it move. Nothing lasts forever. Get out of the way until it moves. The body knows what to do. Body is highly intelligent. Okay, and it will just reconcile that energy through. It'll feel like crap for a while, but it'll just reconcile. And you may be left with some thinking. So yeah, by all means. Higher. The higher mind, but we're switching from thinking to feeling. Could we call that the process to get out of the way? It's to move up out of the lower mind when your impulse is to rush in and word punch and go to feeling. What does this feel like? What does this feel like? Any other messages? Oh, that's gorgeous. What a beautiful energy. I like this. There are words of reassurance coming through with this card that sounds something like, don't worry, I'm still here. You haven't lost it. This is, right, I can see a bubble bursting. Like, It's like everything was fine until that. My moon and my sun were in alignment. And I was in this beautiful peace bubble, just dancing with the field, linking the two together. And this is saying, I'm still here. Got to go through this. By feeling it rather than thinking it. Pause the thought and go to the feeling. I have 3 basic tenets in all of the work I do, which are think less, feel more, get really good at crying as a process, and hydrate. Those 3 things. Underlying story. Situation. Don't rush. Again, don't rush. Okay, why? Yeah. Oh. Giving our emotions a clean cup. And I get spring with this, hence all this pause energy. Because very often very often when purge energy comes in and a lot gets pushed, and there's a lot getting pushed through the collective field at the moment. We can rush to fix, or we can run away from, go and find the gatto. Okay, go find the strokes and the good touchy feels. So that's beautiful. I'm still here. Find your way back. Find your way back to me. Get it out of you and make a new cup. Yeah. What did you want to say? Yeah. Right. Oh, great. Classic example. Okay. I immediately don't want to read this card. Okay. If I go to the messages that have come out here, and I work with what I've got, and I put that there. Oh, here's the message. And I put that there. Because if we work with positivity, can we simultaneously work the other end of the polarity? If we call that negativity and this positivity, to learn how to transform anger. How do you transform anger? How does anger have a voice in your life? And what's the sound of that voice? What's the resonance of that voice? What do you feel before expressing and what do you feel after expressing? Really explore that, because it's just that's so gorgeous. Where did you go? Release fear. I'm still here. Fear of being seen, look. Fear of being heard in a stronger voice, in a stronger expression, in a more loving expression, maybe. So, yeah, learn from the experience through a goodly amount of critical inquiry. Look at the thing you haven't been ready to look at. Is this love? There's a song called Is This Love playing. Who did that? I can't remember. Okay, so there's a little bit of me because that's bias. We're made up of both. We're made up of both. Yeah, it's coming into power because we have integrity and objectivity coming out here. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, is the message that's coming through. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And we have this entropy working through relationships, relationship to all things, inanimate and animate. Because in some way, all of those external relationships speak to your relationship with yourself. So there are the clues. So yeah, get jiggy with the trickster. Pause with the trickster. Feel that tricksy energy, feel it, and just let it move through. Okay. I'm going to wrap up with Sacred Rebels. What's today's closing message, please? Don't get stuck in the weeds. How do I know when I'm stuck in the weeds, Chrissy? Because the thought will be going around and around and around. Bring the thought in, feel, transform it by feeling it. Really loud. Really loud. Sorry, I can't concentrate. That's so loud. White noise. It's really loud white noise just on this side. Yeah, feel it. Switch from thinking to feeling. Free from judgment, free to love. Free to transform to love. Begs another question. What are the blocks to you loving yourself? Shamelessly, wantonly. What are the blocks to you loving yourself? Go to your family first. Allegiances can be to a vow you made. Allegiances can obviously be to people, job situations, habits, behaviors. Yeah, big release here. And again, the message comes back. It comes back to you. I'm going to start with that. Oh gosh. I have to go. I have to go. Right. Releasing allegiances to be in the world, but not of the world. To observe it in your own independent, free thinking way. Okay. Of the world is being part of the hive, collaborative dreaming with whatever guides you and supports you, with your love. What you want wants you, it's you. And when you're at your lowest and on your arse and really fed up, bring that anger through. Bring that anger through. You're doing the work. Empress is there. Fecundity is there. Bring it through. You've got this. Turn anger into an art form. Okay, my darlings, I gotta go. I will see you again. Take care. Thank you for your support with the channel. And welcome new subscribers and welcome returning subs. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.